What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today on Litecoin. What we're going to be doing is taking a look at Litecoin behind the scenes. We're going to start out on the 1 week time frame and work our way in, and we're also going to get into the block a little bit and kind of show you what the investors, the whales, and the retail traders have been doing with Litecoin. So if you get something from these videos, guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let me know down low. Just put LTC, and we'll keep them coming. All right, so when we're looking at Litecoin here on the 1 week time frame, one of the most important things that I want to point out here is a potential weekly candle close up above this 200-week moving average. And this would be significant, guys, because for Litecoin, we have not had a close up above it since Monday, April 25th, and that was in 2022. So taking a look here, this has been a big span of time, and if we're able to close today up above that, that may give us the ability to go up and test some of these higher levels, potentially even 125 up to around that 140. You can see this big red order block up in this range. The average is going to be right at around 140 there. So potentially, if we can get this close, it may open the door up for a little bit of a run. Now, where that would be invalidated is if today we have a real long wick here and we close below the 200, then that's going to show rejection, that's going to show weakness, and most likely we would go down and test some lower levels around, we'd call it about $78 to $80. So really keep an eye on this weekly candle close, and it's going to be tonight, guys. So really keep an eye on that. If we get into the 1 day time frame, so looking at the 1 day time frame, you can see these big red order blocks up here, guys. So the main selling area, we're looking at about 120. And then we're going to have that 130 area on the 1 day time frame. So this doesn't mean that it has to go down in this area, but these are areas that I want to watch and see how price action delivers through these order blocks. Many times, guys, if you can get a candle close up above the order blocks, they will become invalidated and then they're gone. So that's the thing that I'm looking for, is to see what we do once we get up into this area. Because if we step back, guys, on the 1 day time frame, we're trading up above our 50 moving average, we're trading up above our 200 moving average, and you can see big volume came in here. We haven't seen this type of volume for Litecoin in a long time. Guys, I would say it's been all the way since November 2021 that we've seen volume in this type of volume, just that size of volume. So definitely something that we really want to keep our eye on and pay attention to as the days continue to pass here towards the halving. So on the 1 day time frame, our relative strength is going to be at 72.70 right now. Everything's looking pretty good. They got a nice strong reading there. We're just going to have to see what we do if we can get up into these areas. If we get into the 4-hour time frame, so 4-hour time frame is looking like we have some buyers potentially at $100 if we did go back to that range, testing this overhead resistance here. And on the 4 hours, that's going to be at about 114. So seeing if we can get through it. But yet again, guys, this could be some type of a bull flag here. If we pull a fib on it, take it to the top. If we can hold and stay up above this 0.38 too many times, that'll show continuation to the upside. If we start dropping back down to that 0.618 many times, that can show you're just going to chop around and get in an equilibrium. So right now, everything is looking relatively good here, considering the high volume for Litecoin. We're just going to have to see if it can push through some of these bigger order blocks up high here around that 115 on the 1 hour time frame. Is an area we're going to be looking at. We're trading up above our 50 and our 200 on the 1 hour time frame. Relative strength is going to be at 60 here. So if we step back, guys, and really take a look at this for Litecoin, pay attention to the volume, pay attention to the fact we're trading up above our 200 moving average, and also pay attention to the fact that we have a catalyst with the halving coming up. The thing, though, that you always got to keep an eye on here is Bitcoin. Because no matter what Litecoin's doing, it can have a wonderful pump like this, closing up above resistance, big areas. But if Bitcoin starts falling to the downside, then it can bring Litecoin down with it, regardless of what's taking place for Litecoin. So always be careful. But it's nice to see this big volume coming in. Nice to see us trading up above our 200-week and our 200-day moving average. So definitely watching the candle close today and seeing what happens with that. So next we're going to get into the block. And into the block for total addresses, what you can see, this green line here, Litecoin's just been going up a nice, smooth, steady uptrend. Right now, we have a total of 8.68 million addresses for Litecoin. So definitely something we want to watch. That's great for Litecoin, just seeing that adoption. The next one I wanted to go to was average time the token is held, and this is 2.1 years, and that's pretty good, guys. Bitcoin, I believe, is around 4 years, which is the highest, but Litecoin being held 2.1 years, that shows that there is some conviction in the fact that Litecoin's been around for 10 years or so and has not fallen apart like so many other coins are just collapsed. That shows its strength, so that's a good thing. Next, we wanted to take a look at our whales. The whales make up 12.32%, and that's 9.11 million Litecoin. Investors, we're looking at 142 investors. That's almost 40%, 37.39, and they hold 27.65 million Litecoins. And then here's your concentration of the chart. Orange is going to be retail. We own about 50%. Investors own 37.39, and then we have the whales at 12.32. And I like that, guys. I really like to see that the retail is involved in Litecoin as well, and it also has one of the highest percentage of investors. So that's pretty cool as well. If we get down a little bit lower here, guys, so this was just the addresses held by time. So we were taking a look at that, but there's the chart for it. You can see how we're just beautiful uptrend forming. Then I had one or two more I want to show you here. So just the holdings distribution matrix here. So if you hold 1 to 10 Litecoin, there's 611,000 addresses or wallets. If you hold between 10 and 100, there's only 205,000. If you hold between 100 and 1,000 Litecoin, you're in a group of only 32.59 thousand. 1,000 to 10,000 Litecoin, there's only 3.66 thousand addresses. So, guys, with Litecoin, I believe it's 84 million is the total. So, if you can get up into that area of having, maybe even 80 to 100 Litecoin, that puts you in a really special area here of that 205 addresses. Because, guys, if you look at it like that, only a million people can hold 84 Litecoin. So, they are more rare than many other coins out there. I like that the supply is a little bit smaller, 4 times what Bitcoin is. So just something to look at here, guys. I want to put this stuff out there for you. Be cautious, be careful. God bless you all.